locally, and of course games are summarizing in other parts. And of course a big one is for the next month, where of course the transfer is also opening right there. Now all that is one thing that you should be getting ready for. Owen Izaga is my name. Benson joins me in the mix, and of course Susan also right there. Benson, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Owen. Good afternoon, Susie. Good afternoon, the viewers. As people are doing the countdown for Christmas, me, I'm doing the countdown for the January transfer window to reopen. And at the same time, I am looking forward to see the game between Manchester City and Fluminense. Actually, this is the biggest game we have in the Department of Football come tonight. And it's actually next World Cup, as it is called the FIFA Club World Cup Final. We'll be talking about that one. And also FIFA Big League, you talk about start time. So many stories to be discussed, like Owen had already earlier on mentioned.
Now, you said you're not thinking about Christmas, you're thinking about transfer. I guess your family is okay.
Yeah, the family members okay. Yeah, I'm thinking about both of them, but halfway I'm thinking about Zana transfer.
Okay, thank you. It's one of the biggest thing right there. I wanted to know whether you're Christian, because if you don't think about Christmas at this time, trust me, you shouldn't be a Christian anymore. But thank you for apologizing. You're thinking halfway. So welcome and good afternoon.
Thank you. Good afternoon, Owen. Good afternoon, Benson. Good afternoon, viewer. I should say, you're most welcome. 2 days, few hours. Okay, countdown to Christmas. Benson is counting down past Christmas. I don't know, Benson, whether you're a Christian or
no, his ambitions are just big. It's the love for sports that he has more than the Christmas.
But sports also has Christmas, even internationally. So
it's true. Even German Bundesliga has already stopped. The Serie A is also stopping. God fast.
They are all stopping for Christmas, and for you want to jump the queue.
Like I wanted something
on the other side.
No, for him, he's just thinking about transfers.
I started thinking about Christmas since it's now coming to a week, so we
just
are also.
You can even say you've eaten Christmas.
Already.
The current year you have. I don't know how many years you have, bro.
He won't go to forget.
All right, welcome yet again, just to say, and one of the biggest thing is that it's a holy week, it's a holy weekend. We're starting it right there, and I want to say that the Christmas has a lot of things that you should be expecting right there. And of course, I want to wish you, of course, a happy Christmas and prosperous new year that is coming right there. I have seen normally people remind us about Christmas when they start playing music of Christmas. The radio stations, the televisions, they take us into the mood of Christmas, and those are some of the big things that keep coming right there. But all in all, keep it right holy. It's let's move and respectively, because people move and they don't. You know, some these are moments you have a lot of sadness, you have accidents, you have different things. So let's keep prayers going on, and let's keep working hard to see that the families. I don't want people where you're going to now. I've not gotten a cloth, I've not gotten this, that family. Domestic violence is one key thing. Please, let's resist from and be real to this. Back to where we belong in the world of sports. It's the whistle time, and in the whistle time, I can confirm to you that the big league is one thing that we should be talking about. Of course, a disappointing moment for Nduparaka Football Club yesterday at that is Midigo Calvary home grounds at Midigo Primary School playgrounds. Well, of course, you did see Calvary, of course, beating OH Nduparaka in a late winner 2-1 at Midigo Primary Playgrounds. Now that showed what exactly it is, and of course, a very tight game it was for that is the two sides. But of course, the cutting edge came at that is the extra 5 minutes added. That of course saw Calvary doing it betterly right there. Of course, one of the biggest thing, Benson, you didn't go for the game, but of course, one big thing that I want to you to talk about is mostly about the 100% form that has dropped in away games for Nduparaka Football Club. Where does it lead them, and where does it take them if they are to be better? What should they do right into that is the game right there?
Right now, the bus has already been driven in the bus, but people will continue to ask who is the driver, or else who are the drivers behind the team of Onduparaka. I can confirm to the viewers outside there, all the sectors, the fan sector, the players, the technical team, the coach himself, they are actually the drivers behind this team. But who has lost that tactical control? Some people will say that it is the coach, some people will say that the problem is coming from the fans, some people will say that the problem is coming from the players themselves. But the way I am seeing Onduparaka right now, they are fighting to see that they finish in a better position. The ambition, the target they had to see that they actually saw earlier to see that they crossed the bridge to where they were relegated from Star Times Uganda Premier League. This will be the moment for them to start forgetting about it. Why am I saying this one? You look at the statistics, you look at the points gap between Onduparaka and the teams that are probably sitting top 10. The team of Police is already having 30 points, Onduparaka is having 16. That means the points gap is something of around 14, and for them to maybe surpass Police, it will have to force Police maybe to drop huge number of points, and Onduparaka continues to win. Will it be happen the way they are performing right now? And also you take a look at the performances of the other teams like in Lugazi, you talk about Mbale Heroes, Kataka. That's why I'm saying maybe this time they'll have to see that they fight and they finish in a better position. Maybe they will battle to cross the bridge maybe next season. And another thing is, it's a shocking result because so many people thought that the worst form was coming to an end in yesterday's game, but still continuing. But to me, it's not something all that shocking, because before the encounter, Calvary knew very well that this is a team that has not been having a very good run of form when it comes to away games, and it was going to pain them if they had lost the game into the hands of the Caterpillars. It was going to increase the vibe in the team of Onduparaka, knowing that the first away win was going to come over the team of Calvary. And also on top of that, it's a derby. A derby is always a derby whereby no another team will always want to lose the game into the hands of the opponents. What I want to say in summary is Onduparaka, of course, will have to improve in the other upcoming fixtures and at least finish in a better position. What I know is they are going to avoid the relegation, but now crossing back to Star Times Uganda Premier League is one thing they will have to forget about.
Yes, I just want to disagree. Police hasn't played, and they have never gotten 30 points. There are 27 points, that's Police. For those maybe who could be wondering, I know very many would go to how would that, but the fact is Police is of course 27 points. They have a game today, and today's game would be a meaning or something to them. But all in all, Susie, what went wrong for the Caterpillars this time around?
Onduparaka, I think someone just put a spell on them never to win away games. I don't know what is happening with all the West Nile sides. Even Arua Hill is suffering the same. For Arua Hill now, whether home or away, I don't know. I think there is something wrong somewhere. I'm seeing a lot of social media handles bringing in too many complaints on players being demotivated. Players are not being paid timely. There is no what. So there is a lot of blame games. There is flying in the airs anyhow. So basically, wherever the problem is, but to me, I think guys just put up some poor display yesterday at Calvary. You wouldn't see the fighting spirit in them. There was no you literally see that boys were lost in the pitch. So Calvary went in with fear, yes, with the number of funds that had pushed through to Calvary. Calvary players had a little bit of fear. They knew Onduparaka was coming to collect all the 3 points, not until they saw the poor display of the boys in the pitch. That's when they got in the high energies and high chances of beating in. Calvary took in the lead, yes. Onduparaka came in with a draw, but then I think Onduparaka literally somewhere had settled in for the draw until the dying minutes. I think in the added minutes, 90+2 is when we saw a Calvary coming in with the winning goal, and it ended in like that. So basically, I think there is something wrong somewhere with Onduparaka. I don't know where exactly it is, but they need to fix that.
Yeah, one of the biggest thing now, I just want to say, yes, a very poor form yesterday, and from the Caterpillars, and a very big way that you could see the team Crane really put things right way, and blames and the rest. Yeah, speaking about what exactly happened, you'd see in there. Now, I want to give you one thing that clubs, it is, for me, I don't believe in issues of being as the club here, I don't believe in issues that maybe so-and-so is not paid and that is it. Onduparaka last season had players who stayed there and they were even not paid like for 6 months and they were still pushing hard. They were winning games and though they knew they were getting, they were fighting. It was the fighting spirit that came in there that day. That's why you saw them get some of the wins in there, but that was a very demotivated side. And then of course you would see the depth of the team. That is one. Two, if I'm not mistaken, yes, players may have not been paid for because how many seasons have we played? 3 months. The last time the players were paid, I don't think they have 2 to 3, let's say 2 to 3 months that are arrears. No. That's one big thing that has come through right there. So it's one of the biggest thing that you should say that as a club, I want to say the management has done its part. You will not expect Owen to go and play for you the game at Midigo because he's in management. Trust me. My work is done. Haven't I publicized the game? It is true, I've done my part. The management makes sure, I want to say, there's no game of Onduparaka Football Club that the players have failed to cross over to honor a fixture. That is out of whether there's money or whether there's no money. They look hard. Two, as even in the family, you look at the priorities. What is the first thing at hand? Just say, okay, you have 2 million and you've paid some players and you fail to pay others. Would that look good? You have 3 million and you have a game next to Kabale. You need to travel. And you need to, again, to motivate or pay players. Now, pay them and you don't honor the game. Who loses? Where are you going to be? And the federation is so strict about games. The sanctions are very hard. Those are some of the things I'm just trying to bring us in football. So for me, I believe we tried our level best to play. I saw Calvary scored first. Onduparaka came in and equalized, and of course pushed up to 90 plus. And it was just, you would see that the body language was not really for that is the team that needed to win. So the blame goes back to us as Onduparaka Football Club that of course we need to do a lot. I've seen a lot of chantings, I've seen a lot of talks about the club, but it's football. It's one of the biggest things that you need to. It's only for strong-hearted people. You will be, if you're not strong-hearted, then you're going to miss out in football. That is one big thing that you should know. But all in all, that is one big game that came in there. Not only on Onduparaka, there were also games that had results that changed. You did see Team Boma also going well. Now they are number 3rd on the log after playing, of course, their game with of course the team of Chigezi. They were the Chigezi 4 goals, and which of course made them to jump on number 3. Onduparaka's fight is not only with Police Football Club alone. I want to say that it's the top 3 that goes to of course to the next level, and I think finishing in a better position would be one ideal say. Now look at strategizing next, but that is one big thing. Some of the games Boma played, Boma played against Chigezi. They beat them 4-1. You did see Black's Power playing 1-1 Oldra against Chetume, and then you did also see Mbale Heroes against Chiina Boys, and Mbale won 1-0. Ndeje University beat Young Elephants by 2-0, and of course you did also see a very tight game. And today there's going to be a game on card where you will also be seeing teams like Police getting to play their game right there now. Lugazi welcomes Ginger North, and you will be seeing Police taking on Kataka Football Club. Now after here, the team Police comes to that is the team of Onduparaka. What do you expect?
Oh, and before I speak about the next encounter for the team of Caterpillars up against Police, I want to put something little about the issue you communicated about Onduparaka. Great. You see, managing a football club like we have ever been communicating here in the studios of West Nile TV is not an easy thing. We have in so many clubs that have failed to go up to the building, up to the peak. Let me start giving an example with some of the 4th Division League clubs, some of the 5th Division League clubs. The best example I can give is White. There is a club called White Angel. White Angel has stayed. White Angel is that side of Manibe, a very organized side. They have stayed more than 10 years in 5th Division League. Even crossing the bridge to 4th Division League has been something very difficult for them. And also to the national clubs. Let me give you an example with the Chetume. Chetume was playing in Star Times Uganda Premier League because of financial challenges. They were thrown out of the competition. They were relegated to FUFA Big League. And I want to ask someone outside there, the fans who are complaining of the financial status or situations at Onduparaka. Since we started following Onduparaka, let me start the year that we are promoted to Star Times Uganda Premier League. It was in 2016 up to now. Have we seen Onduparaka being relegated because of financial challenges? I think no. Have we seen the club, the progress of Onduparaka Football Club coming to a standstill because of financial challenges? No. Maintaining a club is not all about a club having a bus, a club having a van. The priority, what you will have to prioritize so much in a club is, like you said, can the club be able to honor fixtures? Can they be able to travel for away games? Can they be able to maintain the consistency in the league? Is what matters most in a club. Trust me, Onduparaka will still remain a great club. It's almost coming to a decade. Right from 2016, we only left with 2 years for Onduparaka. For Onduparaka still maintaining its status as being one of the great clubs we have in the country. Me, I know Onduparaka will bounce back. Those other things of finance, people are complaining here and there, I know will not affect Onduparaka. What I know is Onduparaka is a great club. Financially, they will not go down. Though there are some few things which will continue to affect the club, but for the club to come to a standstill, that one will never happen.
All right, a very big game. Of course, it was, and I loved the way that was a derby. The turnout was massive. I want to call upon fans of Calvary Football Club. If that's the support they would be giving Calvary, then I wouldn't be expecting those other moments that happen at home right there, because for the first time I saw enough numbers. I've worked with Calvary. I think that has been their biggest number ever since they joined Big League to have gotten that number. So it's a very big one. It takes, of course, what exactly you as a club you need to push in there. I think it was a good agenda for that. But of course, we're seeing teams like Lugazi, teams like Mbale Heroes again losing footing. Susie, what could be the problem?
Mbale Heroes and Lugazi, I think basically Big League is tough. We've already said this. We've already said that Big League is one of I think the toughest leagues in Uganda, because everyone is fighting to cross over to the biggest tier, and once you're in the biggest tier, you only fight to remain in the league. The fight for the top is always for a certain team, a certain number of teams, not all. You basically see that a few fight to remain in the league. But then when you come to Big League, it becomes very hard. The teams that you're trusting in somehow start losing in, even home. The teams that have never lost home, you start seeing them losing direction and all that and all that. So basically I think teams are not performing in Big League is just a virus that every other club in Big League has.
Okay, and now that's one of the biggest things that we are trying to see, and probably are trying to make sure that things work out right there. Unless Benson has something about the Big League itself as we wrap up the session.
Yeah, you asked me about the game between Lugazi, as they will be hosting the team Jinja North United. Lugazi currently they are going neck to neck with the team that is currently leading the table, Police. After watching Police overcoming their opponents yesterday, this time they also want to win because also their neighbors. The neighbors I mean is not in terms of the houses or is the where they come from, because the follow-up, they are close to each other. Mbale Heroes, they also won their game, and this one of course has left a huge task on the team of Lugazi, and the team Jinja North United sitting in the relegation zone. Lugazi being the home side, they will fight and collect the 3 points.
All right, that's one of the biggest things that one has to look into, and probably say that these clubs need to wake up and probably make sure that is unless a team wants to qualify to the next level. Now let's go from there and look at the battle into, that is the UPL. The Star Time Uganda Premier League continues with one of the biggest and interesting games that keep piling every time, and one of them is the Viper Sports Club battle run with Bull. That is for the top top table clash that is going in right there. Anything you know about the two teams?
Bull is one team that has been giving hard times to the team of Vipers, but Vipers, when it comes to big encounters, they don't disappoint. You can ask them, some of the big teams, they have ever picked the maximum number of points against, but the Bull of this season is the stubborn side, and they have really tried. The first phase of the season is almost coming to an end, and this is actually top of the table class between the two sides. The way a win for Bull will of course see them extending the points gap between them and the Vipers. Meanwhile, a win for Vipers will see them surpassing Bull. That means they will go on top of the log. The question is who will take all the bragging rights. The way I'm seeing, much as Vipers is a team that has been giving hard times to most of the big teams, Bull of this time, I know, will prove everything to see that maybe they pick something against Vipers. The worst for them will be a draw.
Which big teams are those, Susie? Let's go on and see how the Vipers will be always giving hard time. I saw Maroon giving them hard time. I saw KCCA showing them exactly what they need to do. So which other big teams are those? And what are you expecting from this encounter?
Maybe Bull is one of the big team, and Bull being visitors at St. Mary's today 7 p.m. in the home of Vipers. Vipers has ever lost points at home. They've shared spoils, but then you'd literally see that Vipers this season is not the Vipers we saw last season, and there is Alexis Sauri. Vipers is basically, yeah, we know they're winning games, but the wins that Vipers is picking is not very smooth like Arsenal does. You see Vipers win, yes, but it comes after a lot of struggle here and there and all that. So today, like Benson had said, if Bull wins this game, they go a little bit far. But when Vipers wins, they will of course go past Bull with only 1 point.
Are you sure Arsenal wins that game smoothly?
Not smoothly. I said not smoothly.
I'm just asking. But anyway, that's one of the biggest things. I'm expecting a tight game that is coming right there. And one of the biggest story we could talk about is what we talked about. And I think one of my prediction came right. That is about the award ceremony that went on right there. And we did say who could be that player that kept pushing the team right there and there. Now, the man by the names of Nelson Senkatuka has been one of the key players who have, and then of course Stone Janovic also wins an award right there. Benson, did you expect this in the Prisoner Super 8? I mean, Prisoner awards?
I dreamed about this, and my expectations have worked exactly the way we have predicted. You look at Nelson Senkatuka, each and every time I'd been thinking about this guy, how is he performing, pushing together with the team of Soltino Bright Stars, and I've been one guy following this guy. I've been one person following this guy, and that is the reason as to why I had to say each and every time you see the team of Soltino Bright Stars performing, if he doesn't score, maybe he comes with an assist, and scoring so many goals over the month of December, not December rather, November is a good one for him, and also beating his opponents. And talking about this Serbian Dusan Stojanovic, also we have to appreciate what he has done going the whole month unbeaten. I think these two, they have been nominated on merit.
I said, okay, that's, I think I missed only one thing. Given it to the Bull striker who kept saving them, I remember, but for the coach, I knew Vipers head coach would be the man probably to go in there. So Susie, where was you?
Senkatuka, yes, that was expected, and then also Vipers was expected. But in the category where those of Senkatuka were, yeah, he has worked so hard, but he has also somewhere been inconsistent. That is one thing I was able to notice about him. But then the words has ruled out the rest of his competitors, and he has come out for best out of all. So basically, I think I am left with only congratulating them.
CAF has revealed that the AFCON 2023 referees, but out of that, there is no Ugandan that has surfaced, which could be one big challenge. What is wrong with Uganda's officiation? Should we say the normal way people say Ugandan way? Is that what is affecting them? What could be the problem mentioned?
In terms of officiations, I should say, we still have got time. We still have 30 minutes. With those minutes, we still have the minutes to reach up to the peak. And ironically, some of the lowest ranked countries, if you take the region of Sekafa as East Africa, they are neighbors. Some referees, officials have been selected. You go to Burundi, you cannot compare Uganda with Burundi in terms of everything as far as football is concerned. But some officials have been picked from there. You talk about Kenya at least is having 3 of them. About Uganda, that means there is something, as there are some things we are still lacking as far as the game of off-season is concerned.
Who would be that referee maybe you could see officiating in the CAF? The last time I saw was Wilberforce Oloya and Mohod Saldi, who also was one of them. But all in all, this time around, no Ugandan referee.
It is actually shocking. I thought Wilberforce could actually go in there and represent, because the last season he was there. This time around he has been dropped since these things I would say renewed yearly. We literally also saw our Ugandan the referees getting badges and all that. But then in the Ugandan side we saw a lot of interesting names, people that were expected to be there all featured. But this time around internationally, Ugandans missing out is quite tricky. I don't know where the problem could be. Maybe how the officiation in Uganda is, other countries would term it as biased officiation and all that, maybe simply because there's been a lot of complaints coming through from most of the games. There is in sometimes Uganda Premier League, most of the games being a lot of complaints being raised, referees being beaten. And why would the referee be beaten? Of course it is a biased officiation. So basically I think some of these reports got out there, but then I felt Wilberforce really needed to maintain his position.
Okay, now that's one of the biggest things.